Think of something like anxiety. If you're experiencing an anxiety attack, you don't want to have to take something orally and then wait an hour or two before it starts to kick in. You want something that's going to relieve that anxiety immediately. Okay, so let's start talking about Cannanda's products. I'm going to start with our top selling line, the CB2 line. But before I get into it, I want to start with a PSA, or a public service announcement. And that is every customer coming into your store with pain, sleep issues, or anxiety, I want you to think our Cannanda CB2 products. And that's easy to remember because pain, sleep, and anxiety, PSA. And these are the three main conditions that people use our products for. Of course, our products can be used for so many more things, but the vast majority of the people are using it for pain, sleep issues, or anxiety. Now, how do we solve these issues in your customers? We do this through the use of a class of compounds called terpenes. If you haven't heard of terpenes, they are often considered the active compounds in essential oils. Now, the difference between what we're doing and what an essential oil is that we're using isolated terpenes to create our own complex blends. And the benefit to that is that we can not only make our products more effective, but also much safer than essential oils. And let me explain what I mean by this. Say we're looking to treat a condition, let's call it condition X, and we're going to use a particular essential oil. The percent of terpenes in that essential oil that will have a direct benefit to condition X is often going to be quite low. You're going to have a lot of other ingredients in there like alcohols, ethers, aldehydes, etc., that will not have any benefit to condition X. And of course, the other terpenes in that essential oil, while they might be therapeutic for a different condition, not so much condition X. So when you look at that essential oil and its direct benefit to condition X, the percent of those terpenes are often going to be quite low. With our approach, we can create these blends where 100% of that blend is targeting condition X. So you can consider our products as more targeted or more potent versions of essential oils. The other benefit is safety. And this is because essential oils will naturally contain toxic terpenes. This is the reason behind why certain essential oils shouldn't be administered to children or other populations. Now, when you think of our approach, we can intentionally avoid the use of these more problematic terpenes so that 100% of our product is absolutely safe for every population. And in fact, every single ingredient that we use has what's known as GRAS status, or generally recognized as safe. Now, this is a US-based food safety designation, meaning that our ingredients are food ingredients. So just like any other food product that doesn't have any limitations for subpopulations like children, our products are absolutely safe for all populations that want to use it. You can't say the same thing with essential oils. Some examples, I'll start with copaiba essential oil. Copaiba essential oil is actually an excellent source of beta-caryophyllene, the same ingredient that we use in our CB2 line. Copaiba essential oil can contain up to 40% beta-caryophyllene, and a lot of people, for this reason, will use copaiba essential oil as a supplement. They might actually put drops in a capsule and ingest it. They might not know that copaiba essential oil also has hepatotoxic diterpenes. So these are terpene compounds naturally present in copaiba essential oil that is toxic to the liver. And you probably know the importance of our liver to our health. So it's absolutely doesn't make sense for anyone to be ingesting copaiba essential oil as a supplement when it contains these toxic ingredients. I'll also talk about eucalyptus essential oil. Eucalyptus essential oil naturally contains a terpene called 1,8-cineol. And this is the terpene that makes eucalyptus oil off limits for children. So again, when you look at our approach, we can not only make our products more effective, but also safer than essential oils. To start talking about our products, I'll start with the main product, which is called CB2 Wellness. And this is the pure undiluted terpene blend that features beta-caryophyllene, the dominant terpene, the terpene that's actually going to activate those CB2 receptors. And this is my personal favorite because you can use it in so many different ways for so many different conditions and scenarios. One of the best ways to use it is sublingual use. taking a couple drops under your tongue and holding it there for a minute or two. This is going to be great for any sort of situation where you have inflammation and you want to reduce that inflammation. It's going to be the ideal way to use if people are experiencing migraines. Again, at the start of a migraine, take a couple drops sublingually, and the vast majority of the people will report that the migraine stops in its tracks. Another way to use our product is called direct inhalation. And this is where you inhale those terpenes. Now, terpenes are naturally volatile compounds. They evaporate. This is how we would normally be exposed to terpenes in nature. This is also the fastest way to get the benefit of our terpenes. So if you need something to take effect rapidly, using our CB2 Wellness blend through direct inhalation is the ideal way. So think of something like anxiety. If you're experiencing an anxiety attack, you don't want to have to take something orally and then wait an hour or two before it starts to kick in. And by using our CB2 Wellness through direct inhalation, you can get the benefits within seconds to minutes. So incredibly fast. Direct inhalation, in order to do it properly, you just take a few drops in the palm of your hands, you rub your hands together, you cup them around your nose and your mouth, and you just take slow, deep breaths for about a minute. That's it. It's super simple to do. And the other benefit to this is that it avoids something called biotransformation. This is something that happens in our gut with anything that we ingest, whether it's nutrients, foods, or even drugs. This is due to the bacteria in our gut where they take a particular compound, metabolize it, and they spit out their metabolites. And that metabolite that they spit out is what we actually absorb. And this is one of the reasons why different drugs or substances impact people differently. Let me give you an example of this from a company I was with. In my late 20s, I was working as a director of research and development for an organization that wanted to create a competing product to Cold Effects. And this was a time where Cold Effects was really gaining popularity. It was the hot product on the market. In my research, I came across information that showed ginsenosides, even though we often think of ginsenosides as the active compounds in ginseng. What happens is that when we ingest it, very specific bacteria in our gut biotransforms it into other compounds. And those compounds are the ones that we absorb and the compounds that bring about the benefits associated with ginseng. My idea was, why don't we pre-ferment ginseng with these specific bacteria and sell that? Long story short, we didn't end up doing that. But this is a great example of how and why certain products might work better in certain individuals than others. Taking ginseng, for example, if a person has those bacterial strains, they're going to get the benefit from ginseng. For another person that might not have those specific bacterial strains, they can take ginseng, but they're not biotransforming it into another product. But what happens with biotransformation is you're actually creating new compounds. So when you look at the research, you can't always take research based on a particular compound in a lab and assume that's going to happen in a biological system. However, when it comes to inhalation, you're getting those compounds that are directly studied in a lab and getting them directly in the blood without the biotransformation. So it actually adds a lot more weight to things like laboratory studies, which you can't really use when you ingest those compounds. You can actually use those studies when you're talking about inhalation. Another way to use our CB2 Wellness is topical. Topical use is great because terpenes are well absorbed when you want local relief of pain and inflammation. So think joint pain, muscle soreness after a workout, bug bites, etc. You can actually use our CB2 Wellness topically. So it's just a few drops locally and just rub it in until it gets absorbed. We often get asked, how quickly do our products work? And when it comes to our CB2 Wellness, it can work extremely quickly. Like I said, within seconds to minutes. And that's a defining feature that differentiates our products from many other products on the market. I remember a few years back, the natural health community had a product that was claiming, this product worked fast in terms of pain relief. And When you look at what they meant by fast, it was 5 to 7 days. I don't know anyone that would rationally think that waiting 5 to 7 days when you're in pain is considered fast acting. When I have pain, I want something that's going to deliver fast results, meaning within half an hour or an hour. And that's exactly what our products do. If you look at the testimonials and the reviews with respect to our products, many people are claiming that it works fast. So our products actually work more similar in terms of efficacy and speed of the effect to a lot of over-the-counter pharmaceuticals as opposed to natural health products. For this reason, I also think that our CB2 Wellness is a product that every household should have in their medicine cabinet before they need it. You want to be able to have this ready for use as opposed to experiencing some situation where you could use it, but then needing to go out to the store to buy it. Everyone should have this in their home, ready for use, because it's so versatile and can come in handy in so many different situations. Our CB2 Wellness is also an excellent example of how targeting the endocannabinoid system and CB2 receptors delivers on the promise and potential of personalized nutrition. What I mean by this is it's one product that is suitable for everyone, no matter what they're experiencing and no matter what their condition is. Typically, when we think of personalized nutrition, it involves all sorts of different complex tests and procedures to figure out what product is better for one person versus another. But when it comes to the endocannabinoid system and our products, it's your body that tells our product where it needs to take effect. And that's because the endocannabinoid system is extremely responsive. It's always changing and adapting to the situation. And of course, that relates to its role in terms of rebalancing different body systems. So for example, if I was to sprain my wrist, my body would start to upregulate the expression of CB2 receptors in the area of my wrist. So when I use CB2 Wellness, those terpenes are going to get into my body and seek out those CB2 receptors and activate them in my wrist. And that's where I'm going to get the anti-inflammatory effects and the pain relieving benefits. However, for someone else who might be experiencing the start of Alzheimer's, they're going to get the benefits to their brain because their brain has upregulated CB2 receptors. For someone else that's experiencing poor blood glucose control, their body is going to upregulate the CB2 receptors in their muscles to improve their insulin sensitivity. So again, it's one product and it's your body that tells our product what to do. The next product I'll talk about is our CB2 hemp seed oil. And if you carry Cannanda in your store, this is likely one of your top sellers. It is taking that same terpene blend that I just talked about, the CB2 Wellness blend, and puts it in a base of organic, Canadian-grown, cold-pressed, raw hemp seed oil. So you not only get the benefit of the beta-caryophyllene and the terpenes in our CB2 Wellness blend, but you're also going to get the benefit from all the compounds that come with organic hemp seed oil. And a couple of the major ones are the polyphenols, which you understand are quite healthy in general. But hemp seed oil is also a great source of essential fatty acids. In particular, it's one of the best sources of a unique omega-3 called SDA. The only source that I've come across that's a better source of SDA is genetically engineered soy that's specifically been engineered to be high in SDA. So if you're not looking to genetically engineered soy, hemp seed oil is going to be your best source. Now, the reason why SDA is so unique and so valuable to health is that its conversion into EPA, which is the most desirable form of omega-3, is uninhibited. As you probably know, most plant-based omega-3s are ALA, and that needs to get converted into EPA to deliver on the health benefits. Now, that conversion from ALA to EPA is very inefficient. And that's because there's a rate-limiting enzyme that slows that conversion. SDA is one step beyond that rate-limiting enzyme, so its conversion into EPA is essentially uninhibited. So hemp seed oil is often considered the best non-marine source of omega-3s for vegans and vegetarians. Hemp seed oil is also an excellent source of GLA, which is a unique omega-6 fatty acid, also one step beyond that rate-limiting enzyme. And GLA, you probably know, is the essential fatty acid that is the reason why people use things like evening primrose oil or borage oil. What's interesting, and I think a lot of people don't realize this, is that a serving of our CB2 hemp seed oil actually provides more GLA than a serving of evening primrose oil. So if you have customers coming into your store buying evening primrose oil or borage oil, you can absolutely recommend our CB2 hemp seed oil, and they're not only going to get the benefit of the GLA, but the SDA, the polyphenols, as well as the CB2 terpenes. The other great thing with our CB2 hemp seed oil is that it supplies the exact precursors for our bodies to create our own endocannabinoids. So those compounds that our bodies produce that will then go on to activate our cannabinoid receptors. These are the omega-6s found in hemp seed oil. And I think one of the reasons why the newer research on omega-6s is actually showing an incredible anti-inflammatory effect and a lot more health benefits than what we once thought. I look at this very similar to how in the past we thought cholesterol was a harmful substance. And now we know that it's not. We also at one point thought saturated fats was a dangerous substance. And now we know that's not the case. And I think the newer research is going to reveal that even though we once thought omega-6 fatty acids were once harmful, we're starting to understand when we study omega-6s in a biological system as opposed to a lab study. In a biological system, what we're seeing is omega-6s actually have a much greater anti-inflammatory effect than we once thought. And I think it's because it is what our bodies use to create those endocannabinoids, which do have an incredible anti-inflammatory effect. For individuals that don't like the taste of our natural unflavored CB2 hemp seed oil, we have launched some amazing tasting flavored versions. One is sweet ginger, which is always a favorite during the winter holiday season. And we also have orange creamsicle, which is a throwback to a cold childhood treat in the summertime. When it comes to these natural flavors, we want to be absolutely sure that these are as clean as possible. So our flavors are 100% steam distilled, so we're not using chemical solvents in their extraction process. And it's slightly sweetened with monk fruit. So there's no sugar, artificial sweeteners, alcohol sugars, or even stevia. So it's a great tasting option for those people that don't like the taste of our CB2 hemp seed oil. Now, if you have a customer that's not into swallowing oil, period, we have also launched vegan soft gels. And the cool thing with our vegan soft gels that makes it different than any other vegan soft gel on the market is that it's carrageenan free. Now, carrageenan is a substance that's added to all vegan soft gels on the market. The problem with carrageenan is that it's an incredibly inflammatory compound. In fact, it's so inflammatory that research scientists will often use carrageenan to induce inflammation in laboratory animals in order to then study the anti-inflammatory compound. So this is the reason why you're seeing all sorts of different food products starting to remove carrageenan from their products, whether it's ice cream, coffee creamers, etc. But a lot of vegan soft gels continue to contain carrageenan. Sometimes you might actually find it on the label listed as seaweed extract, and that's because carrageenan is extracted from Irish moss. But whether you see it listed as seaweed extract or carrageenan, it's absolutely something that you should avoid. As a health product, you don't want to be causing inflammation in the intestines, which is incredibly important. Gut health is where everything starts. So don't use any product that contains carrageenan, and you'll be happy to know that our vegan soft gels are carrageenan free. The last product I'll talk about is our CB2 Salve, and this is our topical product. It takes our CB2 Wellness blend and puts it in a base of organic shea butter. And just like our CB2 soft gels that are vegan, this topical product is also vegan. And that's because it doesn't use any beeswax. On top of that, a portion of every tin that we sell is donated to an organization called Ontario Bee Rescue. And this is an organization whose mission is to save at-risk bee colonies from extermination. So this is a great product that works extremely well, but also has a great social cause attached to it. Another thing that people love about this product is the scent. It has this incredible sweet peppermint smell that smells delicious. Of course, don't eat it, but it does smell great. The other thing to point out is that many people will report that topical use of this product works quickly. As mentioned, terpenes are very quickly and well absorbed through the skin, so it delivers fast results, much faster than a lot of other topical products on the market.